the best of last year's under-21 winners. The commentator here is Marty Morrissey.
Meath come to Croke Park today with a dual purpose: to defend their hard-earned Leinster and All-Ireland titles, and secondly to record a little bit of history by qualifying for their 4th successive Leinster football final. They go into battle without 4 regulars. Mick Lyons, David Beggy and Bernard Flynn are all on the injured list, while Gerry McEntee left for the United States earlier this week. In their absence, Pádraig Lyons is drafted in at right corner back, while Robbie O'Malley takes up duty in front of Michael McQuillan's goal. Alan Brown makes his senior championship debut at midfield, while Matty McCabe comes in at top of the left to give the Meath attack a more settled and experienced appearance. Surprisingly, Offaly have not contested a Leinster football final since 1982. 12 months ago, they lost to this afternoon's opponents by 9 points at the same stage of the championship. In the meantime, the All-Ireland Under-21 title has been won, and the senior side today is sprinkled with several of that winning combination. Phil O'Reilly joins James Stewart and captain Dennis Kelly in the half-back line, while Michael Dignan falls back to left corner back in a bid to curb Colm O'Rourke. Mark Plunkett partners Dave Kavanagh at midfield, while Brendan Lowry, the lone survivor from 1982, adds a touch of experience to a youthful Offaly forward line. So after just 1 minute of play, first line ball to Offaly. A very youthful Offaly side here. With 4 off the side that won the Under-21 All-Ireland last year. So a good start will be vital to these young lads. Sonny Lynham, number 13, but playing at right half forward. Putting it down towards Peter Brady. Trying to find Brendan Lowry. Well cut out there by Pádraig Lyons. Well-line-hearted Lyons from Summerhill. Knocking it down towards midfield. Centre half back, James Stewart, trying to get there ahead of Brian Stafford. Falling inside is Liam Hayes and Colm O'Rourke. Hayes gets there first. Hayes going for goal. He sends it over the bar. After just 2 minutes of play, Liam Hayes with a superb point. Dave Kavanagh. Waiting for it there is Robbie O'Malley. Taking up duty at the edge of the square. And he takes too many turns with it, and it's a free in for Offaly. Sonny Lynham from Culla in County Offaly makes matters level here at Croke Park. Michael McQuillan with the kick out into the warm sunshine of Croke Park. Hold on there by Alan Brown. Going back is Tom Coffey. Matty McCabe trying to deprive him of possession. And Offaly relieve the pressure through Phil O'Reilly. Plenty of Offaly players there. One is Dave Kavanagh, plays his club football with Tullamore. Long ball inside. And a fine save by Michael McQuillan. Peter Brady went through, and really it took everything of McQuillan's skill to keep that one out of the back of the Meath net. Well, already the first 4.5 minutes has created quite a stir here in Croke Park, as Offaly seek the lead, and they've got it. Good score by the centre half forward there, Vinnie Byrne. Knocked down beautifully to Colm Coyle, a man who's played everywhere on this Meath side. Goalkeeper Laz Malloy comes out to gather it safely. Left corner back there, Dennis Kelly. Getting it out to Dave Kavanagh. And Offaly playing with no little confidence here. Well gathered by the right corner back, Pádraig Lyons. Up to Liam Hayes. So much depending on his shoulders here this afternoon in the absence of Gerry McEntee. Brian Stafford on to Colm Coyle, a man from Centralstown. Cutting it across, trying to find Matty McCabe. This is McCabe. Outside to Martin O'Connell. Sonny Lynham right beside him. And there, all alone, is Dave Kavanagh. Perfectly Chased once again by the man from Summerhill, Porrick Limes. This is Brian Stafford from Kilmainham Wood. This is Finian Murtagh, the captain for this afternoon. Well cut out by James Stewart. And Offaly man guilty there of touching the ball, and a free in for Meath. And in fact, that is PJ Gillick that has picked up a nasty injury there, and if he has to leave the field, he certainly will be a major loss to the Royal County. Brian Stafford equalises the match in Croke Park after 9 minutes of play. Oh, well gathered indeed by Alan Brown. Tom Coffey for a rather dangerous boot from Alan Brown. Offaly get the free. James Stewart. These Offaly boys are in a hurry here in Croke Park this afternoon. Dave Kavanagh given the advantage by the referee. This time he takes too many steps and a free out to Meath. Good refereeing by the man from Carlow. The injured PJ Gillick is Bernard Flynn, and a very warm round of applause here from the crowd at Croke Park. Ireland trying to find Colin O'Rourke, successful. Inside is Bernard Flynn. Needs a little bit of help. He gets it in the form of Martin O'Connell. Been tackled by Sonny Lynham. The referee not allowing advantage there, and a free in for Meath. So that's the angle that faces Brian Stafford. Perfectly placed over Las Malloy's crossbar. Meath lead by 1 point. Well gathered by Mark Plunkett. Sending it up towards Brendan Lowry, and in fact Lowry was holding on to the Meath cornerback, and a free out for Liam Harnan. Quickly taken by Porrick Limes. Knocked away, and it comes to Dave Kavanagh. Peter Brady, Terry Ferguson alongside, but Brady is on target this afternoon in Croke Park. Good score for the Offaly man. All the way back to Phil O'Reilly, son of Phil, who indeed played in the Offaly colours in the 1960s. Dave Kavanagh. Offaly giving it their best around the centre of the field. And as Dave Kavanagh kicked that ball in, he was fouled by Alan Brown. And from where the ball landed, Offaly have a chance to go in front. Sonny Lynham with his second point of the afternoon, and Offaly scored. Tom Foley with this sideline kick. Dave Kavanagh underneath it. Gets support from Michael Dignan. Easily cut out, however, by the Meath defence. Terry Ferguson, half blocked by Vinnie Byrne. Comes down to Alan Brown, and he gets the free. Sonny Lynham being told exactly where the referee wants the ball placed. It's all the way back to fullback Michael O'Grady. Cut out by Alan Brown, making his senior championship debut here this afternoon. To Stafford. And the Kilmainham Wood and Meath fans celebrate here in Croke Park. Offaly regroup, trying create more openings. Lines gets a second bite of the cherry, gets it down towards Colm Coyle. Meath opening up the play. Michael O'Grady getting there ahead of Brian Stafford on this occasion. Up towards Brendan Lowry. Going back there is Robbie O'Malley. Bank official in Navan doing very well. This is Brian Stafford. Pass to Bernard Flynn. Cutting inside is Colm Coyle. An opportunity for Meath. And he's satisfied with a point. But a very good move by Meath. Well gathered by Pádraig Moran. Can you finish it off? Yes, indeed. Good score. The 10 minutes left in the first half, and the sides are level here in Croke Park. Michael O'Grady sweeping it down towards Mark Plunkett. He looks at the target, and he finds it beautifully. A young lad from Tullamore. He won an under-21 All-Ireland last year with the Offaly side, and he's doing well here this afternoon as well. Michael Dignan with this free. Terry Ferguson first to the ball. Up towards Colm Coyle. Kevin Foley running outside, good running off the ball, sweeps it inside to Bernard Flynn. Still Flynn, held by the Offaly man, and an opportunity for Meath to level the match. Quickly taken by Finian Murtagh, comes to Stafford. And that's the equaliser. 6 points apiece here in Croke Park. Pádraig Moran going down in it there, and Kevin Foley guilty this time. Really, it's very noticeable that all the frees being taken are being taken very quickly indeed. Brendan Lowry gathering superbly. Did he throw it? Peter Brady with possession, and well blocked down by Terry Ferguson. This is Pádraig Moran. Pádraig lines there, so too is Brendan Lowry and Robbie O'Malley. Coolness personified there at fullback. This is Mark Plunkett, and he is called as he was delivering a ball there to Sonny Lynham. And the referee, Mark O'Connell, being spoken to by the referee. So Peter Brady with this free, dropping it dangerously in. Terry Ferguson there, bursting his way out, and Robbie O'Malley, as ever, making himself free for the final clearance. Michael Dignan. This is Micheál O'Grady. Getting it down to Vinnie Byrne, just taking his eye off it for a moment. He manages to get it to a colleague. This is Dave Kavanagh. And that could be the lead for Offaly. It certainly is. And the bank official based in Croom, for playing his club football with Tullamore, puts Offaly ahead. And there it is, the half-time whistle blows here at Croke Park. And at half-time, Offaly putting up a courageous performance here in the afternoon sunshine at Croke Park. 7 points to 6. Two of the Meath stars, PJ Gillick, who unfortunately had to go off injured here in the first half, and Mick Lyons. And certainly what a Meath combination would be if these two players were available to the Royal County. So can Meath qualify for their 4th successive Leinster football final? 35 minutes and we should know the answer. Brendan Lowry giving it inside to Pádraig Moran. And another fine save by McQuillan. That is the second time in this game that McQuillan has come to Meath's rescue. Sonny Lynham being fouled by Colm Coyle, and an opportunity now for Offaly to stretch their lead. Bill O'Reilly giving it quickly to Sonny Lynham. Inside to Brendan Lowry. Peter Brady going through like a tornado, getting inside Terry Ferguson, still Brady, and McQuillan perfectly positioned. Great goalkeeping goalkeeping by Michael McQuillan. There certainly have been times this afternoon when the Meath defence have been exposed, and on each occasion Michael McQuillan has come to their rescue. Can he inspire Meath now to respond to this tremendous challenge being put forward by Offaly? Michael Dignan. Easily cut out by Terry Ferguson. Colin Kilgales to Stafford to pull forward. Down towards Bernard Flynn. Still Bernard Flynn with James Stewart beside him. And Flynn shows his class and with a lovely touch sends it over the bar. The sides are level. Goalkeeper Laz Malloy. Garda based in Ballivor, County Meath. And he better get back into goal fast because here comes Colm Coyle. Off the post, Colm O'Rourke. This time, it's there. A fine goal by Colm O'Rourke. He's picked up an injury in the process. But from Laz Malloy's kick out there, it came to O'Rourke. And really, there was no opportunity for Malloy to save it. Colm O'Rourke still down injured as Dennis Kelly tries to reorganise his forces. This is the centre-half forward there, Vinnie Byrne, and he sends it over the bar. Peter Brady trying to deprive Liam Hayes of possession. Not always easy. As the tall midfielder launches another attack down towards Bernard Flynn. James Stewart right beside him. Coming inside is Matty McCabe. An opportunity and surely a penalty. The ball is in the net, but no question Sean Kelly has given a penalty to Meath. And referee Sean Kelly, after a quick word with his umpire, is putting Phil O'Reilly into his book as well. But this could well be the turning point of the match. Laz Malloy, the man who was called in from the public address system a few years ago and played a hero's part for them 4 years against Longford. Can he save it? No problem to Brian Stafford. So just 16 minutes gone in the second half. And Meath leading by 2-7 to Offaly's 9 points. A 4-point lead. And they're looking for more. Colm Coyle, a line-hearted player. Inside to Matty McCabe to Colm O'Rourke. Is this it? It is! The icing on the cake for the All-Ireland and Leinster champions. The Meath people celebrate. Book your tickets for July 30th. Out from Laz Malloy, comes down to this side. Dennis Kelly, intended pass, not a good one. Line ball to Meath. Colm O'Rourke knocking it down. Martin O'Connell on to Terry Ferguson. Hard to imagine actually he's playing at left corner back this afternoon. Matty McCabe had sufficient time to use it properly, and the free goes to Offaly. James Stewart trying to find Richie Connor from Robbie O'Malley, and he too doesn't look like he's playing full back at all this afternoon. Way out of position. Meath players really playing like a team, play anywhere. That's Colm O'Rourke, the corner forward. Martin O'Connell with this free. Drops down with Michael O'Grady in control. And the man from Edenderry sweeps play up towards his opposite number, Robbie O'Malley. Good intelligent ball out to Joe Castles, to Colm Coyle. do look like All-Ireland and Leinster champions now. Colm O'Rourke inside to Terry Ferguson. Back out to Finian Murtagh. To Bernard Flynn. Oh, that was a beautiful score. They maintained possession, and eventually this man, Bernard Flynn, tapped it over the bar. Good score. Break falls down to Mark Plunkett. Sufficient Meath players there now to avert any danger. We have the time now to look up and seek a colleague who is loose and free. One of them is Finian Murtagh. Sending it over to Bernard Flynn. And he is rather awkwardly brought down there. And the referee has awarded a free to Meath. Brian Stafford gloriously over the bar, and Meath consolidate their superiority now on the scoreboard. 3-9 to 9 points. Peter Brady. Robbie O'Malley. Terry Ferguson. Finian Murtagh. Into Matty McCabe. Laz Malloy in control. But from where the ball landed, the referee is giving a 13-metre free. Brian Stafford easily over the bar. Meath 3-10, Offaly 9 points. So there is a substitute in for Meath, number 21, Brendan O'Reilly comes in for Bernard Flynn. Peter Brady. And really, Meath dominant now. Offaly looking a little bit ragged, particularly up front. Colm Coyle. And to Colm O'Rourke. Liam Hayes coming through, up the ball. Still Colm O'Rourke. And referee gives him the free. And really now, it's a one-way passage to that Leinster final. That's the angle that Brian Stafford faces. Can he make it 3-11? The answer is very much a positive one. We have 2 minutes of injury time. Referee Sean Kelly calls for the ball, and Meath qualify for the Leinster final on the 30th of July. A fine second half performance which finally eliminated the challenge of Offaly, and they go through on the scoreline of 3-11, Offaly's 9 points.
Well, Enda Collin was in Croke Park, as I said earlier, and he can now give us his impressions. Enda, are Meath back in top form?
I think they are, but I thought that the scoreline slightly flattered Meath, and I thought that it didn't do justice to the gallant performance of this young Offaly team for 3/4 of the game at least, because in the first half Offaly were much faster to the ball, being the younger team, and in the back line they contained the Meath forwards. At midfield they won a lot of possession, mainly through the efforts of Dave Kavanagh, and the forwards, they didn't convert all their chances. And in the second half then, Meath, I think by some very wise changes at half time and positional switches, they tightened their defence. Gradually this confidence ran through the whole team, and in the end I think that the forwards really got going and played as we know they can play.
As indeed they did in the same semi-final against Offaly in the second half last year too.
That's correct, yeah.
Now, the Meath defence was a little bit shaky early on, did you think?
I thought it was very shaky early on, because I thought that Robbie O'Malley, a man that I consider to be the best cornerback in the country, was misplaced at fullback. We see here a high ball going in and the ball breaks and he gets possession, and thinking that he's in a cornerback position, he carries the ball instead of clearing it straight away, over carries and free in the opposite direction. Another high ball going in, one that Mick Lyons would usually claim if he was there, but this time it's the Offaly forward Peter Brady who goes very high in the air, and that the forwards are gaining possession today. Usually with the Meath backs that doesn't happen.
And Offaly, as you said earlier, were the younger team, therefore they had an advantage in fitness, would you say?
Yes, and they were much faster to the ball early on, and I thought that when the ball broke, they were faster to it, and they were able to contain the Meath forwards, mark them very closely, and when the Meath team were building up moves, very often the backs were able to nip in. Here we see a move started by Terry Fergus from the back line, and we see the close marking. It's man-to-man at this stage, very persistent, and even when they lose possession, they're able to regain it again, and they keep control, and by keeping their heads, they play it out of defence with very good football.
But that second half is what really mattered. Meath were flying then in the second half.
They were, I think, once Meath tightened up in defence and once they got confidence, then that confidence seeped through the whole team, and they were running for one another, they were supporting one another, and once this Meath machine gets moving, really there's no stopping of it, and they had some great scores in the second half.
And of course the goals coming so quickly as they did, that really put the tin hat on it for
sealed
Offaly.
it, and it really took the heart out of the Offaly fight, I thought myself.
A young team though, Offaly, there's hope for them, is there?
Certainly there is. They won the Under-21 title last year, and we're going to hear a lot of them in the future, because a very, very young team, but played with great confidence today. And as I said, I thought that the final score didn't do them justice.
But Meath looking good now maybe for another Leinster title. They have to play Dublin, of course.
Yeah, I think it would be very hard to beat them, considering that they were missing 4 of their best players today, and when a team can give a performance like that, missing 4 of their best players, then it augurs well for the future.
And who was your man of the match in this match?
Well, I considered Colm O'Rourke because of a great second half performance, as I did with Dave Kavanagh and Pádraig Lyons, but my man of the match is goalkeeper Michael McQuillan, because I think that when Meath were playing badly, he saved them, and he really kept them in the game until the end, till they got the scores with 3 magnificent saves.
So Michael McQuillan it is then, man of the match from that match in Croke Park, will we?
Was Ger